What's up YouTube, I'm just another guy and welcome back to the Pentagon challenge. So here we are now, we've ended the season with Suwon. Didn't get a live com, we didn't get in a cup final. Overall it was a really disappointing end to the season, and I would say, quite realistically, I'm lucky to still have a job here. But the fact I do have a job here is also very encouraging, because how we ended the season in comparison to, well, how I ended the season in comparison to how, the form was when I was here was some encouraging stuff, and hopefully we can continue that on after this winter break, after this, time off, season off, and go into next season, invigorated, and hopefully to push on and try and win this title and get back into the Champions League. So, I think to start off, we're going to the league table now. I continued to forward, I think, one day too many, so apologies for that. But we ended up finishing 10th in the league. 9 wins, 11 draws, 12 defeats, 38 points, 7 points clear of the relegation zone. It was touch and go for a moment. We were very, very close to being relegated, and of course that would have meant me getting sacked. But the fact that the former champions of the league are finishing 10th, with me having half the season in charge as well, I was so close to getting sacked. So close. It was just an abysmal season, and I put the blame on myself completely. It wasn't like, oh, the players were just shocking or the tactic didn't work. It was completely down to a blunder on my part, and I think I know partly what to blame. Because when we go into the training, I know this doesn't come up here because we're at an end of season break, but if I were to go into training, and normally there's an option up in this top corner that says, what do you want to focus on? So you can do tactics, balance, default I think is the normal thing, or something like that. You can just, or tactics, attacking, defending, fitness, things like that. You can set that, and normally, it's probably best suited to do it weekly if you want to do something, and it's not very good to just focus on one thing. If you focus on, say, just defending, and you do that for weeks after weeks after weeks, months after month, in the end, your other parts of your game start to compromise, and it just isn't good for the whole balance of the team to purely focus on one thing. So, what I did coming into the team and noticing we weren't scoring goals is I set that on attacking, and I was meant to, after a week or two, take it off, but like, silly me, I forgot. I probably went off the game, came back on it. So I noticed that, we're not doing well. Why isn't that? I went on training. I just never really thought of tactics. I went on training near the end of the season, and I noticed, I'm on attacking all the time. That's probably what's doing it. I changed it, and we won our last 3 games of the season, quite comfortably as well. I think it was partly to do with my blame. I don't know, maybe the tactic just all of a sudden went, wow, that's amazing. Let's click this tactic in and let's start scoring some goals. But I don't know what it was, but I partly put the blame on what I did on this screen, on this team training screen. We'll go into the fixtures and we'll have a look. So I met you off for the FA Cup 4th round game against Gangwon, where we won 1-0. And we followed up with a good 2-0 win. And I thought, okay, maybe, I'll be the guy to turn it around. But then we lost 1-0 to Suwon, which was a real shame. But back to the FA Cup and we won again. We beat Jeongbuk 3-1 and gave me good form. Hopefully, gave me good morale again. Out of the 4 games I've been here, I only lost 1 to push on and try and get into the top half of the table Group A in the division, and then maybe we could push on from there and try and get into the Champions League. But after drawing our next game, that was no longer possible, which was a real shame. Jeongbuk 1-1. Jeongbuk, I don't know how to pronounce some of these names. Sorry about that, but they drew 1-1, and in the end, that was probably, I think that's mathematically, if I can remember, us out of a chance of getting into the top half of the table, which is a chance of us getting into the Champions League. So that was real hard to take, but then we went on an abysmal run of form, drawing, losing 3-1, 4-1, and 3-1 yet again, in some really embarrassing defeats, including the FA Cup semi-final defeat to Seoul, who ended up going on to win the final 2-1 in extra time. So, really was a shame. I thought we could have won that cup, but we just didn't play well enough on that day. After that, though, still the poor run of form continued. A 0-0 draw to Gwangnam? It's not Gangnam, is it? I don't know. Then to Busan, we won 2-1, which, again, maybe a good run of form going. Only our 4th win here at the club in about, how many months? In 2 months of being here. So, maybe we could get a bounce back. No. 1-1, 1-1, 2-1, 1-0 defeat. Oh, that's great. But then I said, like I said, I changed the thing we were doing in training. I thought, this has got to be part of the problem. We had a bit of a break to Busan game, and it worked in the end. 4-0, we beat Busan. Really comfortable, good scoreline. We beat Seoul 4-2, and we beat Daejeon. I said it like the mustard. But whatever. We beat them 5-0 with Ademi Ademi, a new signing, scoring a hat-trick in that game. So I'm very, very optimistic going into next season, based upon them last 3 games and how comfortable they were, how we controlled the game, that we can really go on next season and be a force to be reckoned with, to be the team that will win the league. Anyway, let's hope that. I don't really want to be getting sacked here. I think they've given me a good foundation to build on. But we're going to the transfers. So we let a lot of people leave the club. Like I said, I wanted to get rid of a lot of the foreigners out and a lot of people that I didn't feel were good enough. So we loaned out Sok Young, 28 years. I think we loaned him out. At 28 years of age, I don't think he was good enough. I don't know. I don't remember if I was here actually. That may not have been me. I don't remember. But first person we decided to sell was Marcos Jr. to Tigres of the Mexican League, I believe. Yes, they are. 25 years of age, he just wasn't needed, the Brazilian. He was part of my foreigners and I didn't need him. 750k, decent fee to pick up. Next guy to leave was Alexi, the left attacking mid again. Decided didn't really need him at the side, so we went to Wigan for 750k. And then we sold Shiplock, who just really wasn't performing up for it. And the new signing we got, Ademi, who's a striker, just a lot better than him. So we sold him to Al Ahili, Saudi Arabian team, I don't know how to pronounce that, 525k, and we loaned out a lot of people as well, a lot of players that hopefully will come on to do well for us. And then we also sold Song Hung to Pescara of the Italian league, I believe it is, yep. He went on a free there, and then we also, at the end of the season now, we've released Hunsem, and we've loaned out a youngster. But coming to the ends, the very interesting side indeed, because I think we've got some good signings here. We signed Ademi, probably the best signing we got all season. 27 years of age, so he's in the prime of his career, maybe approaching the latter end of his prime, but he's still in his prime, got amazing finishing. But not only that, heading is good, composure is good, dribbling is good, first touch is good, flair is good, bravery is good. You know, he's not a player afraid to go in there, get stuck in. Overall, I think this guy's an incredible player, and as a complete forward, he is pretty much there as a tip-top player. So, really good signing, good all-round player. Switzerland, so he is a foreigner, which is part of the reason I had to get rid of Shiplock. But when we look at last season's stats for him, 14 appearances, 9 goals, 5 assists, 1 Player of the Match award, and a 7.22 average match rating. Now, considering that, and considering the fact that when he was here, we probably only won 6 games out of how many there were, the fact that he got that average match rating showed that he was the only guy really putting in great performances in the latter end of the season. And so, just imagine what he could do if we played well majority of the games. I imagine he couldn't stop scoring in this league. So, exciting to see how he does there. Minso come in, 150k from Baloga. He's South Korean. He left, I think, last season. 2 years ago. No, last season he left to join the Italian team. Didn't have a very good time there. I decided to take the punt on him. Because really, you know, if a player's not playing well, he's probably not best to sign him because he'll probably continue to form on coming into this team. But took the punt on him and it proved, you know, it paid off. 6.94 average match rating. And again, as a defender to get them sort of match ratings when we're not playing particularly well showed that he was trying as hard as he could. It's just the players around him were letting him down. 32 years of age, so I don't know how long he'll be here. But still good signing. And decent fee as well. Not a lot, not a load of money splashed out on him. And this guy, Jong Hee, free transfer left back, really abysmal player. Don't know what I was doing signing him. Real joke. I need to probably look to get rid of him. As you see, he's out on loan now, but just abysmal signing. Got no potential anything. And the last guy we signed was Young Queen? Lee Young Quen? However, he is very, very good. Very nice player. The thing that attracted me, not only the fact he was South Korean and he was 19, but passing, first touch, technique, all good. Good decision making, got good pace and acceleration. He's a quick player, got good work rate. Overall, really good player for an advanced player maker. Despite the fact he can play defensive mid, I'd say he's better as an attacking player, and you know, moving further away from his own goal and going more towards the other people. So more towards the other teams. So good player, good stats. You know, good player for the K League. Potential to be a star player. That is what partly attracted me again. 600k, so quite a hefty fee. But I'm sure he'll do well going into next season. We actually signed him this year, but we didn't play him. I don't remember why. I think there was something up with him, like I couldn't play him. He wasn't eligible or something. But we'll be looking to use him next season, going into next season. So these are the players, and this is probably my strongest team that we can use going into next season. There are a few positions, of course, I want to improve upon. Centre mid being one of them, defensive mid being another one. Centre back as well, maybe, I don't know. Because of the foreigner rule and things like that, I have to look for Korean players, and if there aren't many good Korean players out there, I may have to do what we've got here. But we have a lot of good players in there. Dijkmeer. I'm looking at Plasik, Mario Plasik as well. Probably said that wrong. Pasalic, that was it. Sorry, wrong thing. Did play for Chelsea at one point, so you know, good player again. I'm seeing if I can get him. Haunted by a lot of teams though, but we've got a good mix here, I'd say, of experienced first team and youthful second backup players. So if we can mix them together throughout the season, I'd say we've got a combination to be quite a dangerous team in the next few years here. But of course, it'll all depend on what we do over this winter and whether we can improve the squad in the off season and go into next season with, you know, some real force. We didn't get in a continental competition. I think I briefly mentioned that anyway. Based on awards, this is what we got. We ended up actually picking up a few. So we picked up second in goalkeeper of the year. You know, when you're gonna get how many shots we got per game at us, you know, when your team aren't playing well, you call a lot upon your goalkeeper, and he ended up getting it. Just on his clean sheets alone, he got 7 clean sheets. But then again, he did play 28 games more than anyone else. More than anyone else in this selection here. Fair play team, we picked it up. We only... I don't know what this is for. I don't know what this discipline points are. I guess it's the fact that we didn't get booked a lot. I mean, I don't know. In Europe, of course, fair play can get you into a continental competition. So when we won this, I thought, oh wait, maybe there's a chance. But no, there's no chance. We didn't get in there. Fantastic Player of the Year. We didn't get that either. I just wanted to say fantastic. It's a great award. Top goal scorer, didn't get in that. What else did we pick up? I need to find. I think we picked second up in Young Player of the Year with Kwang Chung Hon. Getting it. 24 years of age, right mid. Very good player. Decent stats. And Team of the Year, we've got Dijkmeer in there. 7.02 average match rating. Was incredible for me. And again, like I said, despite the fact defensively we weren't great, the fact that he came through and sort of shone a little shows that he's got some real quality and class. And if the team's playing well, he should be absolutely mind-blowingly good. But that was it, I think, for our awards. I don't think we picked up anything else, which just reflects on how poor the season was. For Ghana, we're going to Ghana. The African Cup of Nations, I believe we have qualified. We have qualified for it, yes. I couldn't remember. We have qualified for it. We got Ivory Coast, Cape Verde, I think that's how you pronounce that one, and Zambia in the groups. So, should be interesting going into it. We got some warm-up friendlies to USA and England. I chose some tough friendlies because I want to see how we do against the best, because really the qualifying was very easy, you know, quite simple. Madagascar, Ethiopia, and Mozambique didn't present really any challenge. 6 wins, 0 draws, 0 defeat, 19 goals scored, 3 goals against. It was just very, very simple. But now we come to the competition, you know, a big competition, our first main competition being here, and hopefully we can go on to win it. We've still got some very good players. A lot of people are now entering their primes who were pretty young when the game started. We have 19-year-old goalkeeper Bossman. Hopefully he will be really good for us. A few positions that worry me really though are goalkeeper and right back. Despite the fact we've not got a great rating for Achempong. I play him because he plays well for me. For the national team, he's really good. He's got a lot of pace, which is really what I want on the wingers. And he actually keeps the likes of Christian Atsu out and Jordan Ayew and Konsai. He keeps a lot of good players out because of the fact he just plays well for us. He doesn't even have a team. And also we have a keeper in goal, of course, picks up £9 a week in comparison to the likes of 57,000 there. Bossman actually plays for, I think, plays for Chelsea in the Ghanaian league. So, quite strange really. But that's what's going on in Ghana, that's what's going on with Suwon. Not really much I can really say, it's just a really poor season. I continued on a day too far, otherwise I would have gone through a few player stats and things like that. But this will be it for now, guys. Next time we get back will be the start of season live com. Hopefully we'll have had a decent winter off and prepared well for the start of next season, because I don't think I've really built the team up well enough throughout this year. Do we have any things really? We've got a few things here because we continue the day on. Who picked up Fans Player of the Year? It went to Sungji, the centre back. What was his average match rating? He played well as well. See, I don't even. But I won't do any of this here. But what I'll do is I'll end it here. Like I say, and next time we're back will be start of season. So until then, peace out.